keeping you waiting.
Yeah. Ron made you wait. You okay with that?
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna complain.
Well, look, there were only a couple of major deals leading up to and at the deadline. You were at the heart of one of them, going from Los Angeles to Columbus, and you immediately won the hearts of Blue Jackets fans by saying you couldn't wait to get there. What was so attractive about going to the last place team?
Well, I was excited about the opportunity that was being presented to me. In a situation like that, when you're being traded, obviously one team feels that they don't want you anymore, and the other team, says we want you. So you can't help but want to give everything you have to them, and I want to be a part of the solution here.
All right, the game, and some nice work by you tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, really nice work. We were talking off camera about your shots. You ended up having 5 shots, but you skated the puck well. You made a lot of plays. Seems like you really like playing in this building. Certainly have some good memories from being here as a member of Team USA.
Yeah, no, this has been a pretty good building for me, and unfortunately I lost the biggest game I played in here, but yeah, I've got great memories here, and I think we played a good game against a great team tonight, and came up a little bit short in the end, but we're excited to play again tomorrow.
Jack, back to the deal. You had 5 years in Los Angeles, and it looked like you and Drew Doughty would anchor the Kings blue line forever, and certainly proof of that is the fact the Kings signed you to a deal that takes you up to 2018, I think. But in the end, when the trade was made, did you feel that you were just no longer a good fit in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I mean, I felt that maybe I wasn't a perfect fit there, and that happens in sports. It's not just in hockey; it happens in every sport. But there's nothing wrong with Los Angeles. Just maybe I wasn't a perfect fit, and I feel like I'm a good fit here, and I feel comfortable here now.
Okay, so LA comes to Columbus the week after the deadline, and you scored a winner in a loss that was very damaging to the Kings. How sweet was this?
Oh, it was obviously a great feeling. I mean, I'm going into every game wanting to win, and there's a lot of great guys on that team that I wish the best for. But even though they were my teammates at one point, they're no longer my teammates. So I want to win that game.
Just love the intensity that you bring to the table. I know that you're a big rink rat guy, and a lot of people talk about that. You love being in the gym, you love being at the rink. And talking to your head coach, he actually mentioned that it's actually tangible, and your teammates are picking up off of that too.
I mean, I just love playing hockey, and if I'm happy coming to the rink, I don't care where I'm playing, I'm happy. And Columbus has been awesome for me, and still kind of learning my way around the city, but I'm comfortable at the rink, and that's the most important thing.
I think, though, Jack, there is general agreement that you've injected some much-needed vitality into the Blue Jackets room. Here's a tweet from Troy Martinson. Is there a story behind you and Carter swapping each other's numbers, or was it just coincidence? Because you took 7, that was his number.
Yeah, no, that was total coincidence. The options I got, I wasn't too crazy about, and one of them was 33, and that was the first number I got in LA, so I didn't want that anymore, and I thought 7's a pretty good looking number. Chris Chelios was one of my idols growing up, so picked up 7. It was total coincidence that Carter had it.
But it did enable the Blue Jackets on the night the Kings came to Columbus to send a tweet out to say to the fans that they could go to the game store and have the nameplates on the sweaters switched, and 43 accepted the offer. How'd you feel about that?
That's pretty unbelievable. It's still a little surreal for me to see someone with my jersey on, because I still kind of look at it like, well, why would someone want that? But yeah. It's very flattering. The fans have been awesome there, and it's a pretty comforting feeling that they've accepted me like that.
Well, let's go back to a goal that you scored for the Kings against Washington in January. And this is notable not so much for the goal, but for the celebration. Here it is, and I'll let you explain it.
Yeah, actually, the Denver-Pittsburgh game was the day before. And
the NFL game.
The NFL game when Tebow had the overtime win. And I was sitting there with a couple buddies that came in town from Michigan. And when the game ended, they were like, hey, if you score tomorrow, you should Tebow. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, deal, thinking, what are the chances of me actually scoring? And I scored, and I'm like, oh, boy, I got to do it.
You got to live up to it.
So I did it.
And are you a fan of Tebow's or just the Tebow celebration?
No, I'm a big fan of it. I think it's hard not to like him. The guy's a winner.
Yeah. I got a key question now. No hockey. We're going football right now. So what did the Broncos do? Do they get Peyton? Are you for them getting Peyton, or you're kind of torn now?
I'm kind of for anyone getting Peyton. I think he's. I'm a huge Peyton Manning fan. I'm a huge Manning family fan. I think they're all awesome, but Tebow's awesome. I mean, I'm as far from a football expert as you get, but I think it's pretty hard to turn on Peyton Manning.
That's a good GM answer right there.
He danced right around it.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ohio State-Michigan rivalry is one of the greatest in all of American sport.
Right.
And you're a lifelong Michigan devotee. You have to be. And now here you are living in the heart of Buckeye country. How's that working for you?
It's been great so far. I was pretty ready for taken some heat when I got there, but it's all been fun-loving, and I'm hoping I get a chance to go to a Michigan-Ohio State football game, and I'm going to try and take in a lot of Ohio State as I can. It's one of the best rivalries in sports, and Ohio State's got a great tradition going on, and I'd love to go catch a lot of Michigan-Ohio State games, whether it's football, hockey, basketball, you name it, but it's been great so far.
Hey, in March Madness, do you have Michigan in your Final Four?
Come on.
I picked Kentucky to win it, actually, but I had Michigan going further than they did.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, Jack, and you certainly spoke it to the Carolina Hurricanes when they drafted you 3rd overall in 05. They would have taken you right away, and you told them, no, I'm going to Michigan. It's been my lifelong dream to play there, and that's where I'm going. And they had to be okay with that. But you know that 9 out of 10 players would have seized the opportunity to go to the NHL, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't think I was ready to play in the NHL, and I had always wanted to go to Michigan. You only get 4 years to go to college, and I wasn't ready to pass that up. And even after my freshman year, I wanted to go back my sophomore year, and I didn't think I was ready to make the big club, and I wasn't ready to leave a major university and especially a place like Michigan to go play in the minors. I wasn't in a hurry to play in the minor leagues, and I didn't think I could make the big club, and they seemed to be okay with it. I actually had dinner with Jimmy Rutherford a month before I was traded and explained it to him that I don't think I'm ready to play in the NHL, and everyone seemed okay with it. And a month later I was traded, and I understand it's a
That
business.
was the second year, though.
Yeah, that was the second year.
The first year they were okay with it. The second year, were they?
Yeah.
Because you had to stand your ground.
Yeah, no, the second year I had dinner with him, and everyone was okay with it, and a lot of injuries happened, and I understand it's a business, and they had to make a move, and I just wasn't ready to play professional hockey yet.
Your father won a national championship with Wisconsin in '73?
Correct.
Yeah. Now, that was a long time ago, and so it segues into this. What do you think when you see this piece of video from YouTube that occurred at the Yost Ice Arena? Tell us who that is.
No, that's my dad there in the Michigan number 9 jersey. Actually, there's a little bit of a background to it. It was actually my mom and dad's wedding anniversary, and it was parents' night at Yost.
This gets better, by the way.
Oh, I know. No, I didn't pick up any of my dad's dancing genes, but it was my
He's feeling it, though.
Oh, yeah. It was my parents' wedding anniversary, and the guy who normally dances in between the second and third in between the second intermission wasn't there. And my dad had his name tag on, and they started chanting, "Mr. Johnson, Mr. Johnson." So he was like, what the heck, it's my anniversary. He got up and danced, and I don't think he thought in a million years he was being videotaped, and he'll never live it down.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's great.
We can't get enough of this. This was during intermission, so you were in the room. You didn't see it.
Oh, no, I had no idea until after the game. I came down, and I think half the arena came up and told me, did you hear about your dad? And I was like, oh, God, what do you do now? But it was awesome. He's having fun, and hockey's supposed to be fun. So.
Did your father once try to negotiate a contract for you in the KHL?
No, never. The only contract that.
Where did I get that? Does that sound?
Oh yeah, no, I've heard rumors like that. No,
okay.
none of those rumors are true. Usually those rumors aren't worth the paper they're written on, or not written on anymore. They're in blogs, but no, there's no truth to that.
Being a former University of Michigan Wolverine, how do you feel about you guys hosting the Winter Classic? I mean, you're a Michigander. You grew up there. You played all your minor hockey there. What is that like for you, having experience growing up there in that environment?
Oh, I think it's unbelievable. I'm pretty jealous of the guys that get to play in it. I got to watch the Michigan State outdoor game, and I watched both of them. The one that was at Michigan State or at Spartan Stadium, and the one that was at Michigan Stadium, and those are unbelievable atmospheres. And it's hard to beat the pageantry and stuff in college, and having the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs there, I think that'll be something else.
Anybody's hitting you up for tickets now?
No.
In advance? Or
No,
they know
not
the program.
me.
They know the program already.
Yeah.
All right.
Not yet.
There was a controversial quote from Kings GM Dean Lombardi about your time at Michigan. He said it was a terrible you were a terrible hockey player there because Red Berenson, the legendary coach, let you do whatever you wanted. And you fired back, which was, I suppose, the right thing to do. Did you ever get over that?
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of knew where I stood at that point, but no, I mean, there's stuff like that, something like that's always in the back of your mind when you're, it's kind of a shot at my entire being as a person, but we talked about it, and I figured out where he was coming from, and he knew where I was coming from. But I don't regret 1 second of my time at Michigan, and if I could go back and do it all over again, I would.
Who was the most influential person for you when you were at University of Michigan?
Oh, Red Berenson for sure. He was he treated us like pros and expected us to act like pros, and I had an awesome time there, and this couldn't be further from the truth. He lets you do whatever you want because when he walks in the room, you stand at attention, and you immediately think back the last day or so, did I do anything dumb? But no, he was definitely the most influential person. The older guys on that team, the juniors and seniors I played with, I still keep in touch with, and they were kind of like big brothers to me.
You played with Sidney Crosby at Shattuck St. Mary's. How tight was your relationship then, and are you still friends?
Yeah, no, we're still friends. We had a great relationship in high school. We were the 2 sophomores on the team, and it was predominantly a senior team, and so we naturally gravitated towards each other in tryouts even. And we were going at it at first because we didn't know who each other were, and we were 2 young guys trying to establish ourselves on the ice, and we eventually, we went everywhere because we had classes together every day, and kind of went everywhere together. We were at class, the rink, dining hall, and we still keep in touch today.
Did you talk to him at all during these extended periods of recuperation in the last year?
Yeah, I mean, I wish him well once in a while. He's a guy that, when he's hurt and he's not playing, obviously he's not happy because hockey's his life, and just like it is for all of us. And
sure.
So he's a guy that likes to keep to himself, keeps pretty private. And I know that if he wants to talk, he'll text me or call me, but I kind of left him alone for a while he's doing his thing.
Okay, the bus is leaving in a minute, so we're going to jam one more tweet in here. Ask Jack this is from Susan O. Ask Jack what his favorite memory of playing for USA Hockey is.
Oh boy, I'd say it's pretty hard to beat the Vancouver Olympics. That was the coolest thing I've ever done in my life, and I hope I have the chance to play in the Olympics again, hopefully many more, but to forever be a U.S. Olympian is something that I'll cherish forever.
Well, you took it extra specially seriously because you asked the Kings for practice off so you could fly here in time to march in the opening ceremonies for Team USA, the only hockey player to do it. Then you went back to L.A. to play, and then came back here the next day for, I think, the USA opener against the Swiss.
Yep.
But why did it mean so much to you to march in the opening ceremonies?
Well, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If if I had the chance to play in Sochi, you can't exactly fly over and back, and we probably wanted the chance to do that. And look at that outfit.
That's when you were leaving. Oh, boy. To go to the airport.
Yeah. I mean, the stars kind of aligned for me. The fact it was in Vancouver, I was in Los Angeles, I was playing a home game, and it wasn't that far, and it wasn't out of the question to go. So the stars kind of aligned for me to be able to do that. But to be able to march in the opening ceremonies along with all the other athletes is something I'll never forget, and it's a special thing. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Time for one more. It's a Facebook question from Graham, and it is to do with Twitter. How many people have started following you on Twitter thinking you are the singer and not the hockey player? There is a Jack Johnson who's a folk rock singer.
Probably most of them, but I'm not going to tell them. No, unfortunately, I have no musical talent. I love music, but I have no musical talent. But I get that all the time.
Jack, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. All right, Jack Johnson of the Columbus Blue Jackets, our guest on After Hours, and Chris Higgins of the Vancouver Canucks standing by to join us here when we come back to Rogers Arena.